Is your toddler safe at home? Here's some tips and tricks on how to protect your toddler from potential harm. Going to be going over some infant and baby toddler safety today. I think one of the biggest problems, and I saw this on a video recently, was that the person was throwing the child up in the air because the baby was laughing, and they love to be thrown in the air. But when you do that to a really, really young baby, unfortunately, that can result in tearing of small blood vessels in the surface of the brain and can lead to brain damage. The baby loves it. The baby wants to be thrown up in the air, but please don't do that. Just know that it's really, really unsafe, and don't let anybody else do it either. And as a side note, you could even drop the baby that way, which wouldn't be good. So wait till the baby's older, maybe 2 years and older, if you want to do something like that. Another tip is don't leave small things laying around the house on the floor. I had a child who was around 18 months old who picked up a penny on the floor and put it in her mouth, and it got lodged in her throat. She wasn't crying or breathing or anything. It was completely lodged in her throat. And I had taken some CPR courses and safety courses at the Red Cross when I started having children, and I knew how to get the penny out of the mouth. Basically, flipping the baby, it's kind of hard unless I show you, but putting the baby on your forearm and pushing down on the back and then switching it back over and pushing up on the stomach, and, go back and forth. And the penny eventually did unlodge from her throat very quickly, and she started crying. I think that's one of the best sounds in the world when your baby cries, because you know your baby's okay, especially after you've given birth to a baby and they cry. It's the best sound on the planet. Okay, other safety habits are, this should be common sense, but use baby gates. Use a lot of baby gates, because they'll just trap them in an area that you want to be in. Like maybe keep them from the kitchen, maybe keep them obviously from the stairs, in an area that they are safe and they can play in. It sounds obvious, but I just thought I'd put that out there. When my children got a little bit older, they learned how to crawl over the baby gate to get out. So I had to what I call double gate. So I would get 2 gates right on top of each other so they couldn't crawl out and they couldn't get out of that one. And that went almost all the way to the top of the door frame, so they definitely weren't getting out of that. I remember that it was fun for them to try to throw toys high enough to get out of the gate and over the gate and into the living room or wherever I had the gate at. And they just thought that was the funnest thing in the world. They couldn't go there, but their toys could. So they just thought it was really fun. Another piece of advice that I can give you, and it sounds a little silly, but before your baby starts crawling, get down on your hands and knees and go over the room, and anything you can touch, the baby can touch. Any breakables, anything that could be swallowed, anything at all. I mean, when they start walking, you want to make sure they don't run into something or fall. I had a child that I didn't think about it. She ran, and she not really bad, but she kind of hit her forehead on the corner of a coffee table we had. So you can go out and you can get baby safety things that you can actually almost glue to the corners of anything that will protect them from, not completely from falling, obviously, but it will protect them. If they hit it, it won't be such a hard hit to the face. Just do that. And the only thing I can say is just always have your hand on your baby. I go to Walmart and I see this all the time, and it just absolutely drives me crazy. People will have the babies in the carts and not strapped in, which you should always have them strapped in anyhow, not strapped in, and then they're looking at clothes or makeup or whatever. They're not even paying attention to the baby. Anyone can come along and just take that baby and leave. And this absolutely drives me insane. When I used to have my babies, I would always, if I was shopping and I looked at something, I would have my hand on the baby and then turn to look at whatever I was shopping for. But I always had my eyes or my hand on my baby. Just do that. If you're not doing that, just consider doing it. I'm not trying to tell you what or what not to do, but it just makes sense if you really think about it. Don't leave your baby unattended. You make sure you're on top of it. Or even if you have an older, teenager with you or something, have them watch the baby. Please just watch the baby. I think that's it for today as far as safety tips for your crawling baby, toddler. Just think about the things that I've said today. Take them into consideration. And as always, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a medical degree. This is just advice from a mother with 7 children, and I hope that you can do the best. I'm uploading videos on Mondays and Fridays, so click the subscribe button down below, and also hit the bell. If you don't hit the bell, you won't get the notifications when I upload new videos. Please comment down below if you have anything that you want to ask me, talk to me about. All my social media links are down there as well. And I'll do a video. If you have the topic that you think a video would be good for other people as well as yourself, leave the comments. I will do a video for you. That's all for today.